So today we're going to do testing utilizing the Optimal Performance Index testing system. And we're going to do structural parameter testing and analysis for the Nike Pegasus Trail 3. This shoe has a 10 millimeter heel to toe drop, and with the insole in it, it weighs 11.5 ounces. So the first thing we do is we've incubated the shoe to the temperature in which we test all our shoes on our database. So right now I'm going to pull it out of the incubator and we'll set it up into our testing machine. So the first thing we're going to test is the support, the midfoot stability of the shoe. And we're going to do that by torquing the shoe 15 degrees, and we're going to measure the resistance to that in inch-pounds. So let me go ahead with that. So this shoe has about 40 inch-pounds of midfoot stability. I'll place it in our mathematical model. And that tests in the minimal range. So the next thing we're going to test is the hindfoot stability. And what we're going to do is we're going to compress the shoe in the hindfoot, the midsole under the hindfoot, to 100 pounds. The more distance it takes to get to that 100 pounds, the softer the hindfoot is, the less stability. The less distance it takes to get to that 100 pounds, the firmer the shoe and the more hindfoot stability. So let's start with that. Okay, so we're slowly bringing this up to 100 pounds. And we have 8.82 millimeters. And that comes up with a minimal hindfoot stability. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to test for the energy return. So we're going to load the midsole under the heel to 100 pounds. We'll release this, and the energy will force the calcaneal block up in the air, and it'll measure in millimeters. So let's do that now. And this has 24.86 millimeters. Okay, so now we have all the data we need. So on this side of the mathematical model is the shoe tested without its insole. And that creates this number here, which is the potential shoe stability index. On this side is the shoe tested with its insole, and this produces the shoe stability index. So at the potential shoe stability index of 3707, this shoe in our database is down in the neutral stability area. With the shoe stability index, it becomes a little bit lower, but it's still in the neutral stability area category. So it goes neutral, minimal, moderate, and high. So the vertical support in the shoe without the insole is 1.56 millimeters loaded heel to toe drop. That is in the minimal range. With the insole, it drops down to 1.18 millimeters loaded to heel drop. So what does this all mean? So the Nike Pegasus with its insole has minimal hindfoot stability and minimal vertical support. And with these parameters, we do not recommend the shoe for those that have lower extremity and posterior calf complex issues, which would be people that have tight and painful calves, they have Achilles tendonitis, they have plantar fasciitis, heel pain, runner's knee, or iliotibial band pain. Those people need to move up in the spectrum for stability. So the next important thing is to look at the terrain absorption for the trail runner. If the shoe does not have enough terrain absorption, it can lead to instability injuries. So we measure this without the insole, where we measure the softness of the midsole alone. This had 8.44 millimeters compressed to 100 pounds. And that is more conducive for light to moderate trail runners running on rough, rugged trails. So the proprioceptive acuity of a shoe is its ability to translate the midsole's ground reaction to the lower extremity. And we determine this by the disparity between the potential shoe stability index, the shoe without the insole, and the shoe stability index, the shoe with the insole. So there was a disparity of minus 6.83%. That is good. Anything at 10% or below, we consider to be a good proprioceptive acuity. And this helps to prevent injuries, instability injuries to the foot and ankle complex. So the next thing is looking at the energy return. This shoe had a high energy return when compressed and released at 100 pounds. It produced a rebound index of 24.86 millimeters. So looking at the energy return and the weight of the shoe, we classify this shoe in probably the medium or less than medium fast category. The thing that slows this shoe down is the heavier weight of 11.5 ounces. So who do we recommend this shoe for? We recommend this shoe with the provided insole for neutral to mild pronators of lighter stature, void of lower extremity and posterior calf complex issues. So the last thing we want to look at is the provided insole translation results. This shoe with its insole lost 6.83% of its potential shoe stability. And most of it was all due to a decrease of 4.5% of the hindfoot stability. We consider that a very good insole translation. Anything below 10% we consider good. 10 to 15% fair, anything over 15% poor. So that includes our evaluation of the Nike Pegasus Trail 3 using the Optimal Performance Index system. Our system has been developed over 30 years. We've been doing structural parameter testing, and we integrate it with 50 years involved in sports medicine, and we come up with these conclusions.